Good morning, everybody. It's about 20 minutes to 7 o'clock on day 2. Just figured I'd give you a quick look at Cranberry Lake first thing in the morning. It was a peaceful night. I went to sleep early, woke up early. Very pretty here. It's 1 minute after 7 on day 2. Got a nice cup of coffee and a cinnamon Danish on a beautiful Monday morning. We're at Cranberry Lake, way up in the northern Adirondacks, having an early quick breakfast, and then we're going to go do the site tour. I'm going to do a driving tour because this place is huge. Slept very well last night. I don't have too close neighbors, but sound travels up here pretty good. Seems like they like to sleep, and they were up late last night. I went to bed at 9. Fell right asleep. So we're expecting a rainstorm around noon today. Hopefully they're wrong, because the one we got yesterday, that was about 3 o'clock. Yeah, about 3:30. It was pretty bad. The wind was pretty hard. Made a mess. Well, hopefully it will just be rain today. Good morning, everybody. It's day 2. Okay. 2 fried eggs, ham and cheese again. It's a favorite. I like bacon, but it's so much more work and so much messier in a campground. Maybe next time I'll cook a pound of bacon and bring it up in a bag. Done. This way we can have a change of pace. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Coleman's citronella candles. I like these. It's pine scented. The time is 2 minutes after 10 a.m. and I'm having my breakfast. We got the driving site tour done, as usual, nice and early. And we have the day free now. Do some paddling. I do want to take a walk through and get a closer look at some of the available lakefront sites. So for the peninsula loop, I've got to drive up and park at the trailhead for the hiking trail, and that's pretty close to that loop, so I can do that. And once I'm done with that, basically do a little paddling. If the weather holds up, that we're going to keep our eye on the weather, because this is somewhere around noon, which is only 2 hours away. We're supposed to get some thunder, lightning, wind, rain again. Now all my my guy lines on the flies are doubled up now, so we should be better than we were yesterday. I got caught off guard because I wasn't supposed to get any weather until today, so maybe that changed the whole weather scenario. I haven't brought up the weather channel on my phone yet for today, so I'll do that next. Yep. Thanks everybody for joining me for breakfast. I'm going to finish up my sandwich in peace, and I'll be back shortly. Thanks for watching. Partly cloudy. It's at 2:30 on day 2. Seems like a good time to go for a paddle. Let's do it. Okay, we're off. Ooh, big rock. Alright, so all the way down there is the beach. And there's a bunch of kids playing in the water to the right. And up there. It's a big lake. Very big lake. Okay, we've come around the corner to the south. It is more of the same. We might be past the last of the campsites, though. I haven't seen one in a few minutes. Now, there's supposed to be some dispersed camping sites just outside the campground on this lake. I wonder if we could be able to find them. Well, there's another camp. So we're still in the campground. There's a section of dock that looks like it floated up. It doesn't look like it used to be positioned there. It looks like it floated up during the spring when the water was very high. It probably landed on a rock. And there she sits. Huh. I don't want to get too close to shore. There's a lot of stuff in the water here. We'll stay offshore, away from all that mess. Last thing we need to do is to split open our kayak. I've had this kayak probably 20 years now. I hate to have to get rid of it now. Real pretty lake house up there on the hill. American flag out back on the lake. Nice setup. Okay. We just had a water skier go by. There's their wake. Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm getting hot. The sun is brutal. At least there's a nice breeze. The clouds are starting to darken up a little. I've been through a bit with the weather the last couple of days, so I think we're gonna turn back, head towards camp. It's a beautiful lake. Very heavy boat traffic though, must say. I was never a big fan of large bodies of water like this for canoeing, kayaking. It's fun when you have a motor, but when you're paddling and you're very vulnerable to boat traffic, you're out in the weather, it's tough on the body, and there is a chance of some showers today. And around here, when there's a slight chance, there's a good chance. Oh, there goes the water skier again. Another one. There you go. Looks like it's Dad's turn. And he's drinking a beer. There you go. My buddy Joe used to do that. He'd put it in his life preserver, his life jacket, and then he would get up on skis and crack it open and drink his beer. Good memory. Alright, so we are just around that peak right out there. We'll take it nice, keep it along the coast, and see what we can see. A beautiful day to be out on the canoe. Give my upper body a little bit of a workout. I've been doing a lot of walking. Driving, too. Need some exercise. Basically skipped lunch today. We did have a late breakfast. A nice big egg sandwich. I can't have a big sandwich after that, and then a big dinner in just a couple hours. Like right now, it is 6 minutes after 3 o'clock on day 2. Last thing I need is to put some fatty cold cuts in my mouth right now. It'd be better just to hang out and wait. Maybe I'll make a cup of coffee. And we're going to have some homemade marinara sauce over some penne for, we'll call it an early dinner, and we'll have a second portion for some supper, somewhere a little later in the evening. And hopefully it's not raining, and we can enjoy our 2 meals and maybe stay up a little while tonight. I went to bed very early last night, and I was up at 5:30, 5:15. I didn't get out of bed right away. I want to start making noise, but somewhere around 6 o'clock, I worked my way out of bed and made a cup of coffee. So we're supposed to get rain tomorrow. It looks like it's going to start at about noonish. Hopefully. What's going through my mind is maybe I should pack up and exit tomorrow, which would mean I'd stop packing things up tonight for a quick exit tomorrow, And I've only got flies up, so they only take a minute to break down. I could take one down, save the other, that kind of thing. Really doesn't save that much time, because taking down a fly, and if it's raining, you know, I'm gonna use the emergency method where everything just gets thrown in the back of the pickup truck, and I put a tarp over it, strap it down, and then when I get home, I get to set up camp in the backyard and wash everything and let it dry out and all that goodness. And give the camera a little breather. We'll be right back. We're right around that cove, right over there. Shouldn't take much longer to paddle. I'll put the camera back on when I get over there. Well, we're across the cove. I just wanted to get a closer look at this stump. Yeah, there might be someone on this one. Caught sideways on a wake. That's what I mean about a lake with a bunch of power boats. It's only so much fun, you know. Hey, you can set up camp in a DEC campground for as long as 2 weeks, and if you have time or retired, you can set up your whole summer, 6 months of it. Right, from May to October, in many cases, and it usually costs you about $20 a day. So if you do the math, it's still going to cost you some bucks, but it's a good deal. Now, if you're a fireman or military or a Gold Star family, God bless them. Sometimes it's free, sometimes it's discounted. Something to think about. If you have a nice little travel trailer or a camper, motorhome, small one, you're not going to have a great time with one of the big ones in these campgrounds. Some of them have good sized sites in them, but they get taken fast, and vast majority of them are good for less than 20 feet. So unless you've got a very small, like a Class B camper van, you're going to have a tough time getting sites. Even, let's say you're lucky enough to get a good month off in the summertime, a teacher, something along those lines, seasonal work, you can come up here and do very well, not spend too much money. And you're basically just moving 10, 20 miles each time. You're not going for a 7-hour drive each time. You're going to pack up out of here and go down 30 miles to Lake Eaton. And when you're done with Lake Eaton, you could do another 30 miles down to Lake Harris and so forth. There's also dispersed camping, like at Mason Lake, that we discovered a few trips ago. It was at Louis Lake. We found Mason Lake, which is, free dispersed camping. So there's nothing better than free. Problem with free is that there are no facilities at all. No bathrooms, no showers. But what seems to be the thing to do, you can get into these campgrounds if you come early before the staff is at their post. And you can shoot over to the shower house, get in a shower, you could dump out and you can refill your water tanks, all that kind of good stuff. And some people show up late after they're done in the gatehouse, after 5 or 6. I've even seen, I can't prove it, but I could tell you, I get suspicious when I see someone pull up at 6 or 7 o'clock at night and they set up, they have no parking ticket in their windshield. And they just hang for the night, and they're gone first thing in the morning. I think once the staff punches out, they're gone. They're not going to be patrolling, looking at stickers. When we were at Osable Point last time, it happened. A couple pulled up from Canada in a small trailer, and they dropped their stuff and they put their backpacks on and they went for a walk on the beach and stayed there till sunset. Now, while they were out, I saw a DEC
police forest ranger pulled up and banged on their door looking for him, and they weren't there. And I believe that was their plan all along. Alright, we just almost passed by our campsite, and it's so well covered. But this is us. So what was I saying? Really, just if you're savvy enough and you have the, the cojones to pull stuff like that, you can get in some free camping, even if it's just for a couple hours. And if you are military or Gold Star family, God bless you. You can come and use the day use for absolutely free, and seniors, by the way. And I'm not sure where they start calling you a senior, whether it's 62 or 64. It should be 55. But seniors get to use day use facilities for free. So if you're living in your RV up here for the summer, snowbirding, you can come here, take your shower and water up and dump your pump and all that good stuff for nothing. That's taking care of your seniors. That's a good thing. They may want to charge you for the pump out, I'm not sure. But you can definitely use the day use stuff. The showers, the bathrooms, the beach. You'll usually see a trailer or an RV parked by the recycle center, by the showers, by the beach, that kind of thing. Just stay quiet, stay out of the way, don't make a big deal. If you got a nice little camper van, or like a class 3 or a diesel pusher or something like that, you can park there and no one notice you for a second. You can hang.
Pecorino Romano cheese. Okay, that's our early dinner. It's 22 minutes after 4 o'clock on day 2. Dinner time. All right, the weather's looking pretty ugly out there. Tomorrow morning's supposed to be rain, and it's going to go into torrential rain. So we're going to want to get a head start on the weather. I'm starting to break down camp now because we're going to leave tomorrow morning. So the more I can break down now, the better. The plan so far, I got the boat back up on the roof. We're going to take down the 2 flies, the kitchen and the firefly. I'm going to pack whatever I don't need up back into their boxes, and I'm going to put them on the ledge of the back of the pickup. This way in the morning when I break down my bed, the cot, mattress, luggage, all of that stuff will go right in front of the boxes. This way I can access the boxes overnight first thing tomorrow. And I'm going to lay a tarp down on the bottom of the pickup to put everything on top of, and then I'm going to use the second tarp to go over the top. I bought a couple of extra cam buckle straps before this trip, so I'll have plenty.
So the idea is I want to put everything that I still need to use on the back tailgate of the pickup truck, in the back of the pickup, but on the tailgate all the way back, leaving room in front of them for everything else. The all the bedding, the cot, the tent, all of that stuff. This way in the morning, when I break down what's left over, I just put it in front of the cases and then button everything up, and we're ready to go. So that's the plan. I'm starting to take down the flies first. That's the first thing I have to do, is to get that all away. So that's the one thing that's going to take time in the morning. So I want to have the flies put away completely, and I want to have all the equipment that we're going to need in the morning on the tailgate in the boxes ready to be used, and then just thrown back in. And hopefully it won't be raining first thing in the morning, and I won't be doing this in a torrential downpour, but I'm planning that we will. I want to have it to the point where, if that's the case, if I wake up to a torrential downpour, I just have to throw a few things, my mattress, my cot, in the back, put a tarp over it, strap it down, and get out of here. Right? That's the worst case scenario. You always plan for the worst, hope for the best. So that is the plan. Okay. Sorry, I cut another one of these short, but I often do cut them short due to weather, and I don't need to be here and have to break down. Wednesday is worse than Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be torrential downpours all day, starting from morning until night. So there's no reason I want to be here for that. So tomorrow morning, we're bugging out. And I'm going to do all the time-consuming stuff now, reorganize the truck, have it ready to roll first thing in the morning. All I'll have to do is break down the tent and boogie. All right? Thanks, everybody. So this will only be, let's see, Sunday, Monday, a 3-day vlog. And maybe if the weather's not too bad on the ride down, maybe there'll be something we can stop and look at on the way if we get out of the weather, but it looks pretty bad, so we'll see what happens. And play it by ear right now, because I'm free until Wednesday night. So if I can get out of this weather and we could do something else, that would be fine. Alright, here's to breaking down. Okay. Everything is packed except for my chair and my tent, which has the cot and the mattress inside. Everything else is dried in. I could still get to everything. These are all my boxes. So I can still get to all my boxes if I need to make coffee or anything, really. There's room in the middle for the cot, room in the back seat for the mattress. I'm not putting that in the back of the truck. And the tent I'll probably just squish up and throw in the back seat as well. There's plenty of room back there now. But that's it. The sun's starting to set. I heard a few rumbles of thunder. So that's just some foreshadowing of what's coming. And I've got my clothes out ready for tomorrow to change into when I leave. I can stop at the shower house on the way out. And that's it. I want to be on my way as early as possible tomorrow, because it's supposed to, they say, be sprinkles or showers in the morning, and it's going to go up to torrential downpours for the next 3 days. You know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe. They'll see sun Friday here, so there's no reason to stay here. The site tour is done. I didn't get all of the waterfront sites that I wanted to, but such is life. I got all the sites. And I think it should be a good site tour. We saw everything today, including the beach and the recycling center, the athletic fields, the fishing pier, basketball, volleyball, and we even went kayaking. We went down for a while. We were out for about an hour. The sun started to get to me, and that was that. Came back in, had an early dinner. I started to see the weather reports, and it's kind of gloomy. The best plan would be to wake up tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be sprinkling yet. We won't have showers yet. Give me time to break that tent down and jam it in the back seat and just get out of here. We'll stop for breakfast
at Stewart's. We'll get a nice egg sandwich and some chocolate milk there. And we'll head on our way. If I get an early start, I could be home by lunchtime. I'm calling it a day here, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our trip to Cranberry Lake at the Cranberry Lake Wilderness. This will be a 3-day, 2-day, probably a 2-day vlog, really Sunday, Monday. That's about it. Unless something really interesting happens tomorrow on the way home. Alright, if you like this kind of content, give us a thumbs up. If you have friends that like to camp, share this. Let them see how much fun it is up here. Maybe they'll come camping with you. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed, please hit that button on your way out. It costs nothing and it helps the channel. You could be part of our growth. We are growing, and I do appreciate everyone's efforts and putting in their 2 bits in the comments. I love hearing from you. I even like questions even better. It gives me a fun thing to do. I like answering questions. You guys come up with great questions sometimes. Okay. Good night, everybody. It's 10 minutes to 8 on day 2, and I'm calling it a show. I'll probably just tack tomorrow morning onto the end of vlog 2 on this one. We'll see. I'll get creative with it. I did a lot today, and I didn't do much on day 1, so I'll probably put a little bit of today on day 1 and even things out a little bit. That should be good enough. Next time we're getting closer to the Fulton chain of lakes. We're going to be coming to the end of our camping year. It's amazing how fast the summer goes. We only have, 4 more left after this before we go into the autumn break. And hopefully I'll make some plans this year and get up into the mountains in the wintertime, do some snowmobiling, snowshoeing, horseback riding, winter camping. I have a funny feeling with this El Nino we might have a mild winter. And if that's the case, I'll be able to do some winter camping up at our RV camp in the Catskills. That's always fun. Well, thanks, everybody. We'll see you in the morning. Good night. And if I don't see you in the morning, I'll see you on the next video. That's for sure.